Hi, I'm M. Jagadish, Associate Professor in CSC Department. In this session, we discuss about virtual base class. Basically, when we just go to work with inheritance concepts, under those inheritance concept, one concept named as hybrid inheritance. When we just go to work with hybrid inheritance or to implement the hybrid inheritance, we will get one particular thing that is nothing but ambiguity. We encounter the ambiguity situation, ambiguity condition. This ambiguity condition will make the incorrect program, and that ambiguity condition generates because of the multipath inheritance. So what is mean by multipath inheritance is this multipath inheritance is nothing much done by means of hybrid inheritance, and this hybrid inheritance is nothing but the combination of hierarchical inheritance and multiple inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance and multiple inheritance is nothing but the two types of inheritances. With this combination of two types of inheritances, we are going to implement hybrid inheritance. When we do like this, then automatically there exists a multipath. So when there exists a multipath, then definitely from different paths we will get the same elements multiple times. When we will get the same elements multiple times, then automatically the ambiguity condition or the ambiguity situation will arise. We can call that particular one is nothing but ambiguity problem. So when we just go to run the program, when we are running the program, then definitely it generates compile time error because of ambiguity. Now we'll look how this compile time error generated by means of ambiguity or multipath inheritance means. Look at this. Take the four classes: grandparents, parent 1, parent 2, and child. Now look at this. Here, grandparent is nothing but the base class. Now we are deriving the class parent 1 from the grandparents. And similarly, we are deriving parent 2 from the same grandparent class. Assume that now in the grandparents, there is a data member that is nothing but I. And apart from this, here in the parent J, it has the own member, data member that is nothing but J. And similarly in the parent 2, this class also has the own data member of parent 2 that is nothing but K. Now, when parent 1 is derived from grandparents, then it consists of two data members in the class that is nothing but IJ. Here also, when parent 2 derived from grandparents, it consists of two data members that is nothing but I and K. Now look at one more case. Now I am deriving a one more class that is nothing but child class from parent 1 and parent 2. When I am deriving a child class from parent 1, parent 2, then definitely the data members or the properties of parent 1 will be in child class, and also the properties and data members of parent 2 will be in child class. So according to that one here, first parent 1 properties or the data members are nothing but IJ, and similarly the properties and data members of parent 2 are nothing but IK. Now look at this here, the I data member is appearing two times. So when I data member is appearing two times, then automatically when I just go to work with the I data member, it generates the ambiguity situation. It generates the ambiguity condition, which I it has to select. The compiler may select the parent 1 I or parent 2 I. So it will be in ambiguity situation. To avoid this ambiguity situation, here in C++, we just go to specify one particular that is nothing but virtual base class. Before that one, look at the example. How the compiler will generate the error. Now look at this. Take one example. Here I just go to specify a class base. In this base class, I specified int I in public. Now I am deriving the derived one in public mode from base class. Now in this derived one, I am specifying int j. What I just specified example, the same thing here we are implementing through program. Then again deriving derived 2 from same base class in the public mode. Then in the derived 2 I am specifying the data member as k. Now look at this. In derived 1, I can get I also. In derived 2, I can get I. So now look at this. Derived 1 consists I and j, and derived 2 class consists I and k. Then come to the next one. That is nothing but derived 3. So when I just go to specify the derived 3, then ultimately I am deriving the derived 3 class from both derived 1 and derived 2. So again, in this particular one, I just specifying one more data member, that is nothing but int sum. Come to the main function. Now I am creating the object ob for the derived 3 class. Now ob dot I is equal to 10, I am allocating. Then when I just go to allocate ob dot I is equal to 10, then ultimately there will be ambiguous. Which I it has to select, whether it has to select from derived 1 or from derived 2. Which I it has to select. Why? Because means in both derived 1 class and derived 2 class, we have the I. So duplicate I will comes. And these works fine. ob.j is equal to 20, ob.k is equal to 30. This works fine. So again, ob.sum is equal to ob.i plus ob.j plus ob.k. Now look at this here again. When I am using the data member, again it generates the ambiguous situation, which it has to take to perform some. Again to print also. When I just go to print, I value again it generates the ambiguous, which it has to select whether the I value from derived 1 class or the I value from derived 2 class. So likewise, it generates the ambiguous situation which generates the error. To avoid this particular problem, here we just go to make use of one particular concept that is nothing but virtual base. Look at this. In order to remove ambiguities, we can also use scope resolution operator. Now how the scope resolution operator will be works means, look at this. ob.i is equal to 10. Simply I am using ob.sum is equal to ob.i plus ob.j plus ob.k. I am printing ob.i. So in order to avoid that particular one, here I am using one particular operator that is nothing but scope resolution operator. Now look at this. ob.derived 1 scope I is equal to 10. That indicates I am specifying that I am going to allocate the 10 value to the I variable which is there in derived 1 class. Which is there in the derived 1 class. Similarly here also, when I just go to perform the addition of I, j, k values, I am specifying I am taking the I value from derived 1 class, not derived 2 class. If I want to take the I value from derived 2 class, then I have to specify ob dot derived 2. So based on this particular one, the I value will be taken. So I am specifying clearly whether the I value is related to derived 1 or derived 2. So likewise, here I just go to specify that particular one by means of scope resolution operator for printing also. So we can resolve the ambiguity by means of scope resolution operator. But practically, it is not easy to specify in all the cases, and it is not a complete solution to make use of the ambiguity, to make use of scope resolution operator to remove ambiguity in all the situations. So for that purpose, in order to remove ambiguities, we just go to make use of virtual base classes. By means of virtual base class, we just go to remove the ambiguities. When we are going to make use of 2 or more objects that are common from base class, then to remove or prevent multiple copies of the base class which are going to present in the derived class object, then we can use virtual base class. How can we use the virtual base class that indicates? Here we just go to specify that we are going to use virtual keywords before the base class name. Before the base class name, we have to use virtual. So when we are using virtual, then the class will becomes virtual base class. So whenever there is a virtual base class in the program, C++ takes a necessary action or necessary care to see only one copy of that class is inherited. How many inheritance paths may be, or how many inheritance paths exist between virtual base class and the derived class, but C++ will take care of that one to generate only a single copy of that class. So in such a manner, we just go to make use of virtual base class. Now look at this, how I just go to work with virtual base class. Here I am just going to specify the example. Now class base, it is a base class, same as it is in the base class in the public section or in the public mode. I am specifying int I data member. Then I am deriving a derived one from base class, that too in public mode. Now here I am making this as a virtual class, virtual base class. Then in the derived one I am specifying one data member int j. And again come to the next one, that is nothing but derived 2. I am deriving a derived 2 class from same base class, that too same in public mode. And I am specifying that this particular base class is a virtual base class. So when I just go to specify one class as the base class, then instead of generating 2 copies of I value, C++ will take care to generate only a single copy of I value. Now in the derived one, it has their own data member, that is int j, and derived 2 also it has the own data member, that is int k. So likewise, we just go to specify that one, then close the class. Then come to the next one. And then again, I am deriving a derived 3. So when I am deriving a derived 3, then I just go to specify again. I am deriving a derived 3 from 2 base classes, that is nothing but derived 1 and derived 2. These are nothing but all it derived classes from base class. So now that I am specifying these 2 classes are derived in public mode. So in this particular derived 3, I simply specifying one data member in the public mode, that is int sum. Then come to the main function. I am creating the object ob to the base class derived, to the derived class derived 3. Then ob.i is equal to 10. When I initialize the 10 value to the I, then now in this there is no ambiguous. There is no ambiguous. Why? Because means the I is only one copy in the derived 3. It is not generating multiple copies in the derived 3 class. So only one copy. So ultimately the value 10 will be assigned to I. And come to this one, ob.j is equal to 20 and ob.k is equal to 30. There is no ambiguous. It is a perfect. And then I just go to perform the addition. ob.sum is equal to ob.i plus ob.j plus ob.k. Here also there is no ambiguous. So it is also perfect statement. Then I am printing the I value. Here also no ambiguous. Why? Because means only single copy of I is there in the derived 3. So ultimately that I value will be printed. That is nothing but 10. And when I just go to print j value and k value, 20 and 30 will be printed. And again, when I just go to print the sum value, then ultimately it prints 60 on the output screen. So when we are using virtual keywords to the base class, then C++ will take necessary care to generate only one copy of the base class to be present in the derived class. Even though if it is there exists multiple paths to the derived classes, but it specifies or it generates only a single copy to the derived class. That's what actually the virtual base class purpose is. Thank you.